Chaz, the season might be over, but your next season has already started. We're here at the training ground, and looks like a lot's going on behind us.
Yeah, it's all happening, and yeah, typical to the year we've had. Absolutely soaking wet. It was dryish yesterday, and they done brilliant yesterday. We got a good start yesterday, worked till dark, and today, yeah, we're pushing on, pushing hard. At some point, we may have to give up. But at the moment, because we're just sticking our heads in the sand, which we're putting on the pitch, and getting on with it, we've taken a bit of the work out of the contract because we've invested in a new machine, which you can see behind me, the verti-drain and the tractor. And yeah, so we're basically keeled the pitches off here. We've phrase mowed them, corralled them off, shaved them off. As you can see, we're down to the bare soil, which exposes the top of the drain lines, which is what we want to get to every year. And we're dressing each of the pitches with approximately 100 tonne of sand, and then overseeding with sort of 20 odd bags of seed, punching lots of holes in them, getting the water down into the drains, and getting a healthy new plant coming through ready for when they return for pre-season, which is a few weeks away, couple months away.
June the 20th, is it?
June the 20th, okay.
I mean, plenty of rain to go in those drains today. Timescales wise, you know, how does the next couple of weeks look? Because I'm guessing you've got a lot more work to do.
It's not a couple of weeks. It started yesterday. These two pitches will be finished by tomorrow evening. Then we decamped all their kit into the stadium. And then by Thursday tea time, the stadium pitch will look like this. And then by Friday tea time, the stadium will be sanded, 100 tonne of sand. And the seed will go on, and we'll have verti-drained it all in there as well. So all the three pitches are having exactly the same. We're putting a little bit of extra drainage in the stadium, where we know we've got a few little wet spots, because we obviously want to have the same as we had this year, with no cancelled games due to rain anyway. Frost's a different matter, but we've got the frost covers for that. So yeah, our goal is to make sure we don't lose any games unless it's horrendous, you know, and that's what we set ourselves up to do, and obviously produce the best pitches we can produce for these guys, you know, so they can perform their magic on it.
Looks like it's another full-on day between you, Pat and Ryan as well, and you've got them working hard by the looks of things.
Yeah, it's not too bad this time of year. We sort of sharing the workload in the tractor. It's actually fairly relaxed for us. We just got to fill in the gaps and be a bit flexible, especially with the weather. We need to be able to jump on and come up with ideas to make sure we get these guys away, because they'll be gone from us on Saturday. They'll have another job to go to next week. Yeah, we enjoy it this time of year. It's a little bit different from just cutting grass and marking pitches out. So it sort of gives us a real feeling that we belong and we can make a real difference. And to be fair, the little bit of extra workload for us this year on top of previous years means that we take a bit more ownership of it, and can, you know, and hopefully, you know, keep improving the way we do things.
You've experienced some pretty harsh conditions over the last few months out here, what with the rain and everything. Is there anything that you are looking at doing differently, or any ways that you can look at it to kind of help with those periods? Because we're going to get them again, I guess, aren't we?
Yeah, we've already done that before these guys arrived. We put some more drains in pitch 2, which was the problem child, if you like. We hardly ever got on that one this year because it was so wet. So we've drained the wet areas into the drains we know are there. So we worked, that was towards the end of the season, that was a couple of weeks ago. So that's had some extra drainage. Pitch 1's been excellent. But we're still, you know, carrying on, and then we're hoping to do more drains on the area between pitch 1 and pitch 2, which again is extremely wet. So when you're working in ground care, you'll always have the next wettest area. As soon as you drain one area, there'll be the next wettest area. So it's about knocking those wet areas off, and then, you know, the areas that 2 years ago weren't particularly wet, that's the wettest area, go for that next. So the secret is keep improving and keep, you know, never stop trying to improve your pitches and trying to keep them as dry as possible. And then on the flip side, when it does get dry, the weather, and it's then keeping those, because you've dried them up, they've lost their whole water holding capacity. You've then got to pump water onto them, and we're just moving forward in all ways. So whatever the weather does, we've got to try and counterbalance it, but we have to work with it at the end of the day, because you never work against it.
For those who don't understand the science behind what you're doing right now, I guess that amount of sand helps with the drainage and bringing the moisture through the pitch.
Yeah, it helps just works into the surface. You get a better surface with the sand, and obviously the ultimate goal is to create a similar surface to what's in the stadium. Stadium had hundreds of tons of sand put on it. These pitches have had, you know, tens of tons. But the goal is to continually get these pitches as similar as we can to the main stadium pitch.
And how long do you think it'll be roughly until you get to see the first shoots on?
I'd be disappointed if in 7 days, once we've seeded, which would be by the end of the week. So we'd be looking at the following Friday, not this Friday, the following Friday. I'll be looking at a green haze, and that's a meteoric day in our calendar. So we may celebrate with BLT baguettes that day.
I think we'll catch up with you again later in the week, because you said work starts, I think, on Thursday, isn't it, at the stadium?
Yeah, we're in the stadium. Car park gets shut off on Wednesday night when everyone leaves, and Thursday we're in there and be in full swing. They'll have done a bit of practice out here, so everyone should know exactly what they're doing, and we really look forward to getting that stadium with the green shoots coming through 7 days after we seed it.
Will you guys be doing some of the work this year, like you are here?
Yeah, we'll be doing the aeration, so the spiking, and we'll fit in, obviously, make sure it happens. So if they need a bit of a hand here and there, you know, we can all drive tractors, and you know, we can all put a hand to a shovel or a brush or something, and we'll have Bob on the gate, making sure everyone goes in and out safely. So he's the banksman, and yeah, we'll be all working together to make sure it happens, and then hopefully Friday night we maybe crack open a beer and have a chicken wrap from just down the road from the stadium.
Brilliant. Thank you, Chaz. I say we'd let you get back to it, but I'm sure you're pretty comfortable under there right now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the French stick to arrive so we can have a bit of soup. For lunch to warm us up a bit.
You might need more than that. It's horrible out there.